Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. YK in the building.
Yo.
How are you doing
Good
today?
Morning. I'm fine.
I love the adire.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
As usual.
Thank you. Trying to go back to my roots small by small.
Have you ever left your roots? I mean, I see you like
Yes,
almost all the time.
You know, Ankara is more Western than adire or batik. Batik, adire are made by our own people.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we probably import the material, but the print is made.
Done here.
So, but it's more expensive than Ankara.
Oh, yes.
If you get Ankara for 4,000, adire 8,000.
For real? For you?
Yeah, adire is
And
expensive.
more.
Even
Yeah,
some are
different types.
15,000.
Yes,
15,000.
My mom gives me adire. I always think that maybe I have 4K, 2K.
No.
Oh my goodness. I never
I think
valued
there's
that.
also the China
I
Adire
never
is
valued
expensive.
the adire my mom sent to
Quality
me.
adire.
Because it's man-made now. It's not by machine.
Wow.
It's, you know, so it's more expensive, but nice, much
How
nicer.
you doing, Vine?
I'm fine. Chief Odunto took me to NEPA yesterday to go and try and solve my NEPA problems. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief.
Was it sorted?
Kind of. I had a lot of expose yesterday, so. But I thank him, God. And guess what? He spent the night.
Yes, he mentioned it that he
Spent the
was
night at us. So I met my brother for the first time. I left them. I went to bed because I had to wake up. They were laughing. That Chief can be so funny.
Oh, goodness. He's a good company. He talks.
He can talk. Well,
Yes.
his stories, he tells you his stories. I left them. They were all of them were rolling on the floor. I said, me,
That's
it's
what
4
he's
a.m.
Oh, even when
Wake
he
up.
hosted us in his house in there, it was just hilarious. He's a funny host. How are you doing, Nima?
I'm fine. Why can you kill me?
Birthday shout out.
Oh,
Shade only
let's
wants
greet
to.
you first. Before we start doing
Yeah,
this
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Ah, Omonko, how
You look
is
nice.
Yes.
Nima.
I really
Look
like
at your
your
Bigger
shoes.
stitches and this one.
Alaja Tom Funky. Hey.
It's not even a compliment.
Anyway,
Don't mind
yeah,
YK.
do your shout out. Let's
Okay, Mrs. Eniola Yetunde Ademodi. Today is her birthday from Shade Ponle. And we have another fan shout out, but this one, the YK is looking at me with bad eye.
Just make it quick.
Go ahead now.
I'm looking
You
for
want
it.
fans to be thinking I'm against shout out. See this girl.
Hey, are you not against shout outs?
No.
Say it's becoming boring now.
Please focus on your shout out. I beg. Leave my YK alone. Let us do this thing and go. Mayam, how are you doing? Let me
I'm
move to
fine,
you.
thank you. I have a
Oh,
non-shout out banter. So, over, I think it was yesterday, I'd gone to shop for groceries, right? And when I left, usually what I do, I go through my receipts to just make sure that nobody cheated me. But then I found out that they made a mistake. They did not capture one of the items I bought. And it was quite like the most expensive item that I bought. And I went back into the store to return it. And the person that was supposed to have done the whatever was so grateful. Wow, thank you so much. But what I found funny was that when I went back, I told the security first, because you know you're not allowed to bring in something from outside into these stores. Then he took it as if he was the one that discovered this mistake. Went to the teller. I was telling him off. How dare you? So the guy was saying, "Thank you very much, sir. Thank you." I'm like, I'm the one that came back. Although I was almost out of the premises, came back. I had to tell them, I said, I'm the good Samaritan here. With nothing.
Because he that let you through.
Yeah.
Maybe they always check your
Yeah.
receipts.
So he used it to cover his own,
Yes.
Anyway, so the guy was like, thank you so much. If there were more people like you in Nigeria would be better. I said, there are many like us. But then I just remember the security man almost just usurped my greeting.
Mona, can I do this shout out?
Oh, yes, please go ahead. Absolutely.
So it's our fans' birthday. Their name is Olayinka Osikolu. Today is our 53rd birthday. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
Any other one? The shop will teach it all. When Nima and BC are on the street, you can definitely be sure that we'll find one shout out somewhere. Okay, we have to run. It's Thursday, right? We like to talk about family life issues on
But don't you have any
Thursdays.
shout out?
Me? I don't have any. The one I have, tomorrow is the birthday, 26th. So
Remember, try and...
Wait till
today's
then.
25th.
Let me tell you something funny. You know, my daughter made these empanadas for me and put them in a ham and cheese pies. And I bring them every morning and I'll be eating them. Marian saw me this morning.
No wonder.
You see the judgmental way. She looked at me and said, Well done.
That's how you noticed when I
I
was
just said to her, good for you. I mean,
Let's go on a break. And we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Right, let's start with the nation. More killings by bandits, Boko Haram in 2 states. Lagos blue-red rail line ready in December. We slash duty on tractors, buses to curb inflation. Minister, we don't know when vaccine would arrive. EFCC to probe unexplained assets, says Bawa. Okay, which story are we taking in the nation?
The import duty. So the Minister for Finance, after FEC meeting yesterday, was trying to justify why they had to slash duties for tractors, buses, and all of that. I can understand buses because it's directly linked to transportation and maybe trucks. But, you know,
No, she was saying, my
this
confusion.
is to curb the food inflation.
Yes.
That they expect that there will be more importation of those vehicles and that maybe then it will be cheaper to transport. I don't understand.
I thought it was only they are not good
because
to
it's fuel.
God bless. YK, that was my same confusion. I don't know. So if you make tractors, buses cheaper.
Let me drop my conspiracy.
By importing them cheaper, does that make inflation for food reduce? No, it's the fuel, it's the maintenance of the vehicles.
So it's expensive to buy a bus, tractor, and all of those things. So I'm suspecting, you know, the people that can afford it are in the circle. So this is not for.
You are suspecting that it's not for. It's not a general. Because she's saying that, just for those who don't understand, the reason why they are trying to reduce the duties on this importation of these vehicles is because they want to reduce the inflation, which is currently at 16%, and the major component is food. So to reduce food inflation,
You're not reducing car.
I don't understand.
Let us. There's another sort of vaccines.
Yes,
I got the
vaccine. Yeah. So the Minister for Health is saying that they are not sure when our vaccines are coming in. Remember, YK, I was saying to you that there wasn't a date and you were sure it was February. But they're saying they're not sure.
I said they said.
They said yes. So the reason he's saying that they're not sure is that most of the vaccines that we're getting are from different donations. So there's the COVAX, there's Gavid, you know, and there's AVAT. That's from the African Union. So these are the people that will determine when it will get here. It says they've given us end of February, but it may be beginning of March. But that's on them, you know, to deliver to us. And he says that we also have individual donations. I think there's MTN donations and also some non-governmental organizations that will be donating.
So I feel it's just a shame that we don't know. Begging.
We're not begging.
For these vaccines.
We
are not buying.
Are we not buying?
No, we're not buying. Government is not buying. Government says it has enough from the different donations to cover most of it. But if there's any shortfall, they will then, buy to shop.
Okay, let's move on to the punch. We'll starve schoolboys to death. Niger abductors say. NDLE arrests 90, seizes 614 kilograms of drugs in Lagos raids. Obiano in Anambra, no problem with U.S. immigration, says aid. Lopsided appointments affecting Nigeria's unity, says Pete FN. Elders intervene as Oyetola Aregbesol's aides differ on ex-governor's comments. Nigeria loses 151.78 billion naira crude oil monthly, says NNPC. And Bauer defense graft allegation gets Senate confirmation as EFCC chair.
Let me just quickly start with Aregbe.
Okay.
So, when he went for his revalidation, he made some very, very provocative comments about the new Omishore's decamping to the party, and that was about to incite thugs on both sides to start to fight in Osun. And so the elders of the party have intervened, and his name is chairman of the Elders Council, Shola Akinwumi. Elders, they have welcomed Omishore, and they're trying to make peace between the two warlords. That's what I would call them, because both of them are from the same senatorial constituency, and of course they will be divisive on who will control that area.
And the Niger abductors,
the major head, like yes,
they have said they will starve the boys. That they don't have money to feed the boys. So once there is no food, they will just leave the corpse. Once they will leave the corpse for them to come and collect. This was got from a phone call between the negotiator and the abductor, and they are offering 2.7 million, and you say, lie, they can't take it. Say, they should give them the phone numbers of the parents. They said, no, they can't do that. He's like, well, so they now asked.
Is there an amount they're asking for YK? Did the paper say that?
They didn't talk about the amount they're asking for, but when they approached Gumi, he said no, that the negotiators, the people he was negotiating with, were the ones that took the boss people. And those boss people, said they don't know who took the boys. So they will go and find out, and they will call him back.
You're going to add something to that?
Yes, I wanted to add something to that. That in the conversation with this head of the bandit, he said something about he knows that the governors are saying they will not pay ransom. That if they pay ransom to them, they'll use them to buy weapons. And that the weapons that they have, was it their money that they use in buying it? And that he wants to say that there's no way the banditry and the ransacking of communities will be carried out without the collaboration of those in the city. He says there's somebody who has put this deal together. He's amongst you. Any step you take, you have vehicles, security vehicles everywhere in the community. I know where they are. He says this is a forest, it doesn't have any fences. So he's just saying that they are very sure of getting away with what they have done, and that it will continue because there's an insider. And then he also said that even if he dies, he will let his children, if he wants peace in that community, he can let it. And if he doesn't want peace in that community, there will not be peace there up until Ilorin. And that even if he dies, his children will take up this war. So this is where we are right now. We're in a serious predicament.
I'd like to read that article.
You should read it, very insightful.
Reading it was annoying to some point. You'd expect that to provoke the security agencies to do something so that we don't have a continuation.
Because he said that you have security all over the place. He said we know.
But then they should take action.
So he just explained to me. Okay, so he just explained. He just made me understand better the sort of negotiations we're having with them. We don't have the upper hand. We're there to pick up whatever it is that they give us. Because he even compared Zamfara. He says, look at you, small fry, Niger State. Even Zamfara, that's bigger than you, have agreed to our terms, and then you are here trying to fight.
So it's a big syndicate. This banditry, the kidnapping, is a big syndicate that, they have just all that forest from Niger to Zamfara to Katsina. They're in control.
I didn't see that article anywhere else. It was a front page punch. I'd definitely like to read that article.
Better read it.
Moving on now to Nigerian Tribune. Bandits kill 18 in Kaduna, 10 die in Borno, Boko Haram bombing. Reps task INEC to restore 8 state constituencies in Oyo. Bawa denies allegation of sale of seized assets, gets Senate confirmation as EFCC boss. Shasha market back to life. Trailer loads of tomatoes arrive. Good to know. COVID-19, Nigeria not sure of delivery of dates for vaccines. And picture here of Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State commensurating with some of the victims of Tuesday's explosion. Right, which story are we taking here? Bawa?
Okay.
Who has Bawa?
Yes, I have Bawa. So the Senate has confirmed the appointment of Bawa as the EFCC chairman. He's a 40-year-old, I know we have all. But there were some controversies concerning his appointment, which he answered. One was when he was the zonal head in Port Harcourt, and there were stories that he had sold off seized items. And he said that there's no way he could have done that. Only the secretary of the commission can do that. And he's the one that did it over him. And that if he had done that, he would have been punished. Right. But instead, he was promoted. They also asked about, I think, his relationship with other predecessors. He had complimentary things to say about them. And he says that he has a good relationship with them, or cordial relationship with them. And he hopes to also go to them for advice whenever the need arises. I
mean, there's a young guy, has a huge life ahead of him, and I just wish him the best of luck in this new job. Moving on now to Vanguard very quickly. Way out of Nigeria's security problems, IBB, Abdul Salami, others. United Capital's profits up by 61% to 7.95 billion. 18 killed in Kaduna as bandits attack soft targets. Oshimbajo to lead discussions on Bank CEO Summit on economic growth tomorrow. And Borno death toll rises to 16, over 60 injured as survivors recount ordeals. And victims of the NAF plane crash for beer burial at the National Cemetery today. Really. All right, so our former president and head of state, IBB Abdul Salam, was saying that I think it was Salami was saying that we shouldn't negotiate at all under no circumstance with with these bandits. Or Onayeko, on the other hand, was saying that only those who are repentant deserve some kind of compensation or negotiations. And IBB said that we also need to strategize, have a proper planning to put together to ensure that this can be combated only with proper planning. And these elder statesmen have come forward to lend their voices to the issue of insecurity in the country.
I read it with mixed feelings because, you see, where we are today, it is successive bad governments that have put us where we are today.
Exactly.
There is none of them are exonerated.
Exactly.
And all these people have been part and parcel of the problems we are in today.
Yes. The actions and inactions have caused where we are today.
I particularly
so maybe you're right.
don't want to hear when they come and say, this Nigeria is at the brink, and it's coming from these people, because it's almost like their formula is what is being continued.
Yes, now.
So
We have to run. Let's take a final paper. Daily Sun, 5,000 Boko Haram insurgents face trial. Bandits, Cardinal Janikos gives condition for amnesty. Let's find a story we've not taken. You would not talk about Senator Adeyemi under fire over his comments against Abia government. Did you watch that video, Waiki?
No, I didn't.
The back of
You know,
what? In the house.
see, in the house, in fact, it's like a comedy
I wanted to
review.
take the
Tell me
5,000
what
Boko
happened.
Haram.
Okay, go ahead.
No, let me hear this gist now.
So, Senator Adeyemi in the House, I think one senator had initially accused the Kwara governor, Kogi governor,
Kogi.
he's a Kogi state governor, he's a youth, I think it was
Yeah,
Abaribe.
he was trying to
Senator Abaribe was
diss youths
saying that
and
young
youth.
people that will finally give you a chance, see that Kogi governor, what
Yeah.
is he doing,
Yeah.
you know? So accusing that governor Kogi. So the senator representing that state now said, Abia, Senator Abia, you are talking. Your own governor is a drunk. He said drinking champagne. Champagne, why keep? Drunk. He's a drunkard, you know.
Champagne drunkard.
Champagne drunkard, you know. So PDP now responded, how dare you? It was certainly uncouth of you to say that. Our senator, our governor, is a well-respected man, that it was wrong for him to behave the way inappropriately at the House.
Before then, there are
think
people
there's
who
some
have
languages
insulted
that-
Smart Adeyemi, Senator Smart,
Yeah.
Adeyemi himself. The back and forth, I just looked at them that you would know that they kidnap boys in Kagara. It's
Exactly.
They are
clowns.
clowns. This is what
You should have seen them in the Senate. The guy was saying
attention.
it with confidence. Your governor.
Let's talk better in major headlines.
We have to run.
The Legal Aid Council head visited Governor Bono and he was promising that 5,000 people 5,000 Boko Haram suspects, insurgents that were killed.
I distracted you. Your shoes. I observed her shoes. Auntie Mawabata.
I'll start wearing my sneakers.
These shoes are
again.
beautiful.
So,
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Boko Haram 5,000.
those 5,000 people, they will soon start prosecuting them very soon. That they're being held in Abuja, prison facilities across the country, and that very soon, from the AG's office, they will start prosecution.
All right. I love your shoes. Though. You got to take a picture of them shoes.
Alaja to funky.
Okay, well, number 3 is coming.
Yes.
Did you see what she was wearing?
We have to run, Mike.
I bet what she was wearing yesterday. Oh my God! I was saying, hey, this Alaja.
Alami, leave me alone.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, it's
Let's go from the
Thursday.
inside.
We have so much to gist about. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Coming back. Thanks for staying with us. So, Rollad Provest, aka Rollad Property Investment, is a platform that enables you own a property in just 9 months with a fixed payment plan. With Rollad Provest, you do not have to worry your head about how to save and invest in real estate. Join us on the show to tell us more about Rollad Property Investment is the head of corporate communications, Rollad Properties and Allied Services Limited, Faith INAKWU. Welcome to the show, Faith. Are you still there?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good to
Thanks
have you
for
back,
having me.
Faith. Yes. So tell us more about Rollad Properties and how people can get involved.
Okay, it's good to be here again. So, like I said last time, Rollad Properties were still your #1 real estate company that is very much concerned about affordability, about quality service, about timely service, and about excellence. And what I'm here today is to preach to you the gospel of Rollad Provest, Rollad Property Investment for short. Rollad Property Investment is a It's a platform that we have created for people who like to save and invest. But this time around, you're saving and investing in landed property. So I like to say that you are saving and investing to save or invest.
Okay. When you talk about save and invest, people would think, okay, let me just put my money in your business, and at the end of your, arrangement, you pay me some profit. Is that the arrangement? Is it putting your money, we use it to develop the estates that we have, and we'll pay you back some percentage, or bring your money, put it in, and you own a property at the end of the deal?
Okay, so the idea is for you to, because Product Harvest is not a one-off thing, so it's a monthly thing. It's a time monthly platform. So for 9 months, you're paying a particular amount, a fixed amount for 9 months. So it saves you money, it saves you up to 22%, and it saves you time. So you don't have to wait for up to a year to get the piece of land or plots of land that you are buying. You only have to wait for 9 months. And at the 9 month mark, you're getting the land with your documents.
Okay, so what category of people would you say would find this more attractive, or what group of people are you trying to attract?
Sorry, I can't hear you clearly.
What category of people are you trying to, who is your, what's the word? Your target market for Provest? And why you, because there are similar deals like this with many other real estate companies, why would it be attractive to someone from your target market?
So for the Rural Provest, we are targeting as many people who have stable source of income, as many people who, there are so many of us right now who have money left in our accounts that, we're too, scared of taking risky investment plans. So we're targeting people who have money and are looking for safe ways to keep their money, are looking for trusted ways to save their money and invest their money. And the good thing about it, the advantage of what we do here is it's something that you can always just come around and check on. It's not something that you have to wait for a particular time. You can always just walk to the office. You can always just visit the estate or wherever the plot is that you are buying. So it's something that you get to see at any time you are opportune.
Right.
Okay, some questions came the last time after you were on the show. Some questions came on, and people wanted to know more about this, the estates and the investments that you offer. What platform can you say they can go and get this information quickly? Okay,
so for as many who are looking for more information, you can visit our website. Our website is www.rollardproperties.com. You can visit our website for that. You can also check out our social media pages. Instagram, we are on Instagram at Rollard Properties LTD. On Twitter, Rollard Properties, and on Facebook, Rollard Properties. So if you check any of our social media pages, you'll find all the information. And if the information there is not enough, you can always send a DM. You can send we have a chat box on our website. You can send a message there. You can also call 070-2500-4785, or you call 070-2500-4784. So whatever information it is that you're looking for, that you need, you will find on any of those platforms.
All right, there are quite a lot of people. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay, I just wanted you to convince me that yours is genuine. There are so many property investments, companies that turn out to be scams. Convince me that yours is genuine and I can come and invest my money.
Okay, well, first of all, you can see my face. First of all, you can see me. So there's really, I understand the fears. It's a legit fear, actually. And I tell as many people who I come in contact with that there is, aside wanting proof, I believe so much in our instincts. But then again, if you're seeking more proof, you can always, like I say, come down to the office. I've had people who say, okay, they need the company registration number, they want to check out the company. It's available if you want it. You can always just call in to get that. You can check the website, like I always say. And then you can come to our offices. We have different offices. We have one here in Bagada. We have another office at Lekki Phase 1. And we have another office at Ibadan. So there's really no much to say about that. I think my face alone.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
you have
it's not guaranteed.
well, you have two estates, and there's a latest and there's a new estate called Freedom City. Could you tell us the features of this particular estate and why it might be attractive to someone who is looking to put money in real estate?
Okay, Freedom City, our newest and latest estate. Freedom City is located at Ise, It's a very, very beautiful place. It has a very nice topography, and Freedom City is also available for Provest. And the beautiful thing about Freedom City, like the name implies, is it's one of the estates, or let's say our very first estate that allows you build buildings for commercial purposes. So Freedom City, you can decide to use it for personal, just your house, for you and your family. You can also decide to build your office, your company, whatever it is that you want to build. Freedom City has enough features that are perfect for families, perfect for businesses. We're having security, we're having perimeter fencing, recreational centers in Freedom City. So Freedom City is currently selling for 1.2 million naira per plot. But for the Valentine promo, which we're still on, you get 10% discount if you're paying on outright basis. And then it's also available for rural property investments. If you're doing that for Freedom City, you get to pay 150,000 naira per month for 9 months. 150,000 naira per month for 9 months.
Great. Thank you very much. I think we've been able to understand very clearly what rural ventures have for us. We appreciate you joining us this morning, Faith. And we'll be in touch. You're Yakubu part of the family now, so once in a while we'll be hearing from you. All right. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
Let's go on a break now. When we come back, we move on to other topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. As many of you know, on Thursdays we like to talk about life issues, family issues, things we can all learn from and hear. Thank God we have our phone lines working now, so we can hear our viewers' thoughts. So there's a story that went viral that a woman who had lived in the U.S. with her husband for many years. I think they had actually separated, and so he moved back to Nigeria, and while being in Nigeria, he was staying in the house they jointly built together. Everything in that house, according to her, she ordered many of the furniture from abroad. It was a joint collaborative effort they both put together. Now, the man, obviously, because they were separated, he now brought in his mistress, I would say, or his girlfriend into that house. And they were living there together happy. So, Madame from the U.S. came home with her children for the holidays. And obviously, the NCDC requires that you isolate for a certain amount of days. So I think there was an issue of where she cannot isolate in the house because auntie or daddy's girlfriend is in the house. So the owner of the house, the woman who is the wife, and they're not yet divorced, came and said, Pedro, this is our house. And that's where she's now going to get a court injunction, I think, to lay claim that she owns that house and that woman cannot stay, this minister cannot stay in their matrimonial home. So she did a video, they went to the police station, the DPO. The girlfriend was saying, you have no rights, of course, saying that she has no right to come and throw her things out. So the wife now, look at me, I'm a bad gist person.
No,
enjoy the gist. Okay. So the woman now did a video with the ladies' things outside in the compound, saying that come and carry your things. I have the court order to have full exclosure or something, to collect everything in the house, and that her husband, she can have the man. She doesn't need the man. Just leave my property. Even this car that you guys are driving, $8,000 of my money is inside it. The furniture, let me get them. So the question, therefore, is, when there's a separation and a man moves on, when a man moves on, what right does this new girl or this new woman have in this union, albeit separated? Because we had this conversation almost like last week also, where the man has fallen in love with somebody else. There's a new person, but this new person is not married. You that you are there, you still have your marriage certificate. But what rights now? Where you as a side chick or a mistress or
the conversation to joint ownership.
You as a mistress or as a girlfriend that dating somebody who is separated from his wife. I mean, there's something wrong in you dating a man who is separated. I mean, man moves on. But where do you draw the line? Do you come into his property that co-owns with his wife, or do you insist that he buys you a property separate from his wife's own? Let's have this conversation.
Yeah, so for me, is the woman has the rights the husband gives her. That's it. The man gives her. So the mistress or the side chick or whatever, the rights that she has is the rights that the man allows her. But for me, the main question should be, what should the man do when you know you're about to go into a relationship, knowing you have joint assets with a previous wife or a current wife? What do you need to do so that you do not have conversations like this where we're on TV trying to dissect the issue? I'm wondering how long it took for her to get that injunction. There must have been enough time from the time that she was planning to come, from the time that she was talking about being isolated, going to get an injunction. Why did they not just clear her things out? Clearly, the side woman knows that that is the woman's house.
I don't think she knows.
Well, she should have known. Now she knows, and the whole world knows with her. So, but I put it on the man, which is you protect the people in your life. The wife is coming back. You sit your side woman down. This is it. You cannot, or I have a side woman in the house until when you are coming back, this is the situation. And she can tell you, no, I'm not going to take it. Make sure she leaves before I get there. And we'll not be sitting down here having a conversation.
Two things. Full disclosure. So let this side woman, chick, fowl, know that you have a main woman.
Did you call her a fowl?
I just said,
as in
you know, chick.
Chick is a fowl.
Whatever it is.
Nigeria.
Let her know that there's a main woman, that there's a subsisting issue on ground that you have not settled.
Yes.
Now, you know, when we talked about burial, it's completely different from what you jointly built. Even in law, what you jointly built, that the woman can show that she advanced monies to, that you jointly did. Everything that you acquired at the time of the marriage, that she showed that I wasn't just lying down. I contributed this. You know, some women don't even contribute monetarily. They contribute,
emotionally,
some form of...
Just for being there even is a contribution.
Some form of major commitment. So maybe she gave up her life to take care of your sick mother, or you have a sick child, or your children.
Your wife.
She's your wife now.
That's
it
enough.
doesn't work like that here.
That should suffice.
You must show an extra effort. Something that you did that made it possible.
For this man to...
So, you know, some women, they'll just go and sit pretty. I'm his wife. He did not send me... No, it doesn't work like that here. In our own system here. You don't just earn it because you were married. No, it doesn't work like that here. Right. So you must show that you went an extra... You did something.
So this one is a
that
lawyer.
Made it possible.
This one is...
So she knows.
Okay, so she knows.
So whatever you jointly owned, you jointly own. And even if there's a separation, it doesn't just expire. Because you know Nigerian men, oh yeah, pack your things, get out of my house. It doesn't... It's not for every woman.
Nima, I would like our conversation today to focus on the men. Let me tell you why.
That's
because
I'm dealing with
I'm going to come back to you because I'm just trying to set the premise. Because last week we had a similar situation where a man died, moved on, left the whole mess on ground, and we're here trying to fix the problem. Same thing. There are men today that are cheating. One. There are men today that are married, separated, and they are now moving on to new relationships. Let's talk to these men. What they can do to ensure they don't leave a mess.
I'm even going to extend this to the side woman.
Let's even
so now I'm almost done with the man.
Okay.
So understanding what will happen is what I'm trying to explain that. So you are married to your wife now. You're saying, bring 5,000. I have 100,000. Just add 5,000. And you don't know that advancing her money, there's a presumption in law. I don't know if the courts have vacated that presumption that a woman doesn't just advance a man money. If it's by bank transfer, she can show the court, you jointly own that property, they will divide them. But now, the side woman that is coming, now you meet a man, maybe in his 70s. or in his 50s, and you did not wonder, and you see a house, and you are saying, let that woman just get out for me, let me just own everything. And you say, pity your sister now. You understand? Because I heard this woman say in the video, she should come and start with block from the beginning. Because you don't know how much effort that person put in. If you were to take the journey in number of years, would you be able to help that man achieve that level of success that you want to overlook and disregard?
Let me come to here for a moment, because the truth is that, I mean, as somebody who's older than us and have seen life a bit, it's important for us to have this conversation, especially because of men out there. They are there because in the perspective is, I'm a man, I can enjoy myself. Yes, I've separated from you, I'm no more in your life, I moved on to somebody else, and I'm happy. But then, after you go or something happens, you leave a whole mess, and these women are trying to fix and put back the pieces of a broken family. So what can we begin to tell men, even if you move on, even if you're in a relationship, even if you're separated, even if you're still married and you're just cheating, you're cheating with your wife, let the woman you're cheating with, they must know her boundaries. This is where you cannot go past this hotel room. This is where I put you. This is where we meet. This, once the girl start feeling emboldened that, you know what, I start confronting the main wife. How do we ensure that our men begin to understand how to fix this problem before it becomes unfixable?
I think the first thing is, you have to, if you are going to die, leave a will. I mean, you don't know whether you're going to die, but once you start owning joint property,
they will vacate your will.
So when if it's joint, you and your wife have to come to, you have to have that conversation.
Yes.
Come, this property, we both own it. We'll divide it like this or like that. So there is no.
Does that conversation happen before he starts dating or after he starts dating?
Once he happen to fall in love.
No, it is when they are together. Because you don't know from one day to the next what is going to happen. Nobody knows. We don't know 1 minute to the next. True. So I think it's better to just have this conversation. We are very superstitious in this part of the world. We're always thinking, I don't want to talk about death or will, because then I can go and die. Leave that one. Life and death, it happens.
Right.
So when you live, you must die.
Yeah. So there are two things.
Have that conversation.
I feel that is the main issue when it comes to things like this. First of all, we have a culture where no matter how long you've been with a man, when it's time for you to leave, you are meant to leave with nothing. If he's a kind man, he will give you some things. Sometimes you just take your Ghana must go back and you go. Everything you have worked for, the time you spent, and whatever sacrifices you've made is zero. He gives you what he wants to give you. So that's one. Secondly, the reason a man may not have this conversation with a wife concerning, joint venture, joint assets, is he's not supposed to be coming out openly. He's too afraid to come to her openly to say, you know what, I have a side person. And because she's there, we now have to have this conversation. All hell will break loose. And for me, I feel that men are, as much as they say they are tough and everything, when it comes to situations like this, they are cowards. They don't like to address issues like that. So what they do is they leave you people to handle it. And then he sits there. He sits back.
Go on a quick break. I watched a video over the weekend. So it is who owns what now? Because I watched this video over the weekend where the man caught his wife, his girlfriend, or with another man.
Yes.
He removed the wig from her head, removed the shoe from her leg, and people were shouting, leave her now.
That was they were dating.
They were dating, and she was dating another man. And she was wearing the wig.
I take my gift back.
Let's go on a break, because they see we need to understand why can't, if you're still in a relationship, or you're in a marriage that is just separated, and you want to have a girlfriend, must you bring her into the home with you and your husband, your wife?
Of course
Isn't that disrespectful? So, shouldn't you, as a man, that you want to have a girlfriend, shouldn't you get an apartment for her, somewhere separate?
Somebody got apartment. People say that the person separated for 35 years. Somebody did that, got apartment, stayed for a way so that it's not in her face. You people said, out of respect. You people said, he has stayed out, was not married.
Let's come back and continue this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we are going back to this story because it's important for us to address issues, especially when men lack taking, they refuse to take responsibility for their actions. So many women, especially African women, have accepted the fact that, okay, your man, we are separated and he wants to move on. No problem. Why must he move on into a joint property that we have? That's the question we've not addressed. Why can't he, even if you cannot afford it, then you don't have no business having a girlfriend. But if you want to have a girlfriend or want to move on to somebody else, why don't you move on to a new property?
Why don't you
and remove that which you built together with your wife out of your relationship with a new person?
No, I mean, that's where I think you can have the discussion with your wife. But come, I'm not doing it again. This is our joint property. Let me sell it. You take your own money.
Yes, have the confidence
Or
to do that.
let's divide the house into, it's duplex, let's divide it into two. It's because that way she can't come. When she comes, she will have her own
wing.
Her own wing. You will have your own. You will not cross paths. Maybe you just meet over the fence and abuse each other. Waka. But
Right.
they don't have
Men
to.
want to just have their cake and eat it. That's it. So I want to have some people, you know, we always talk about there are different kinds of marriages. Everybody has their memorandum of, you know, in their understanding in their homes. So for what works for one may not work for the other. Some people are able to, especially those who are backed by religion and those who take the culture, like the tradition, fully. They can come with their full chest and say, Auntie, I'm a traditionalist and I'm allowed more than one wife. And even though you have been married via registry, I will take this person traditionally. So women like that, when they come in, they are not so upset. If you're upset, you keep it to yourself because it's like, well, you should have expected that. Women who are married to Muslim men also, at the back, they hope it doesn't happen. Some of them hope it doesn't happen, but they also have at the back of their mind that when it does, you know, he sort of has the right. But for those who have carried shoulders, say that I'm a monogamous, Western, educated, exposed person, I could never. What he wants to do is keep the wife and all the privileges that she has, which is you can have the house, you can have the name, you can have, but I want to go behind you and do what I need to do. Not expecting, as life happens, I'm not there tomorrow. And then there's somebody on the side who wants...
You can call us on 081 27053 687 and 091 390 76948. Please join the conversation. Yes,
there
What
is this
works? Okay, go on, Michael.
There is this tweet, Festus Akim Bowa says, I believe that the separated wife is just jealous. The man has every right to move on with his life. In a country where the rule of law is sacrosanct, she will never secure such injunction. But she did secure the injunction.
And that is the law. Okay, so what works is that in African tradition, first of all, a man is a man in the sense that you provide, you're financially buoyant, and you can own everything. So women usually were, even in the olden days before life opened eyes, were part of property for a man. Now in Islam, there's the Qawwamuna ala Nisa position that you're a provider, guardian, and everything. So me and you will not be joining property. You know, my money is my money, your money is our money, that kind of thing. So when you want to bring another wife, I'm not counting pots, plates, pans, and everything and saying, what have I bought? But in the reality now, women, even in Islam, will go to court and say, no, this land, I bought the land, you built the house. So how is it your house for a woman to now come and divide?
Let me
it
take
is
this
your
call.
portion that they will divide.
Let me take Ola. Ola, are you there from Houston? Ola, are you there? Hello?
Okay,
I think we lost him.
I have some tweets here.
Yes, go ahead.
So Omoti says, first of all, everybody's going on about side chick and side fowl. They are hailing you for this new word. And then Omoti says, I watched the interview Mrs. Daramola did, and I must say this woman is an inspiration to all women. She's classy, educated, smart, and everything a woman should be. In my view, good riddance to bad rubbish. Mr. Daramola lost and does not deserve such a woman.
Well, a question.
But
Why do girlfriends think they can come to the house? Must you move in? Are you a girlfriend?
Respect
Go to
yourself.
dinner, hang out, stay at a hotel, meet in your own house, or your piano. Must you move, carry your things and move to the man's house?
But if the man gives you that right,
No.
a woman will not just... If the man gives you that right, you will feel emboldened to take some steps.
Exactly. So I have to blame the men.
Yeah.
Because, look, where you and your wife stayed or are staying, there is something just
Sacred about it.
Yes. Don't go there. Go and rent another house. Get a
Start
hotel.
afresh. Let him know
Because
if
there
you
are
are marrying him
children
for
in this
love.
marriage. Oh. There are children.
No,
I mean,
distinguish whether you are marrying the man for love or you are marrying him for this money that you're seeing, not knowing how he got it. Because normally some men would have achieved a certain level and you'll be saying, no, I just want his success. You don't know the journey. Can you put in the number of years? We should have some form of dignity and respect in ourselves. If I were to marry somebody like that, I want to know my stance. I don't want to be. I won't disrespect myself to be disrespected. Now, if that woman, like I mentioned, at the time when she married her husband,
girlfriend. Okay, wait.
no, the wife now. At the time she married her husband, thought, okay, we didn't have anything. I want my husband, and she's putting in the work. Imagine some women, especially those ones abroad that will do cold work, money work, afternoon work, and they'll be joining money. I have an aunt that they were abroad together, herself and her husband, and by the time they wanted to buy a house in Nigeria, she simply just gave the man 19M, and he added 10M, and they bought a house only to get to Nigeria. She found the name was in her in-laws' names. Do you understand?
You see?
She cried. She could not stop crying. I kept saying to her, was it by transfer? How did you raise this money? She said they had
Joel, are you there from VI? Thanks for calling. Are you there? Joel. Hello, you're live, please. Listen to me, not the TV. He's listening to the TV. You have to disconnect that call. That's why you're going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say that the woman, what makes the man think that the woman will come to Nigeria and have to rent a
hotel?
Well, because they are separated, so he would
entitled.
feel that she may not want to stay in the same house as I am.
The car, they bought it together.
Yes.
Even he should respectfully give her the car now. Something that
possibly.
She's
what if he travels to meet her?
She's doing all this. She's doing all this because she wants to come home and have somewhere to stay. Exactly. She's not doing it.
She came back home with her children, YK. So is it so? I'm here with my children. Now say one girlfriend is in the house.
Imagine how the children will feel.
The woman is even patient. She went to get a court order. Women from my place.
You have to go on a quick. We're going to come back. Move on to another topic. But I'd like to get more calls and tweets on this. YK, do you have tweets?
And
we'll take it after the break. Okay, let me take after the break. Stay with us to break.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still on this matter, and I think we have a whole lot of tweets. YK, want to take 5 each? YK, go ahead.
Andrew said, okay, YK, go.
Take a few, YK.
PJ Comedian says, please, a question. Isn't the fact that the woman is legally married, a legally married wife, not enough for her to take her share of the property? Doesn't the marriage certificate, isn't the marriage certificate enough?
So, okay. John Adedeji says, your VTVC, you're doing greatly. If that man hadn't brought in a side fowl, they used your term, I'm sure the wife wouldn't have gone through the troubles of getting a court order. The man, in moving on, has disrespected himself, bringing in the side fowl into a jointly owned property.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
It says, at Miriam Longa, you have spoken sense, Miriam. Now chop and clean mouth, they won't do. Appear like the supposed enlightened monogamous man on the surface, Philander on the side. So hypocritical.
Andrew says, this woman seems to be the provider in this case. She provided the car and a considerable percentage of the 2 duplexes they built. Ori mi marry be, God forbid bad thing. Why would a man put himself in a position of disrespect and irresponsibility?
Okay, I have to take Chude. Chude, are you there? Thanks for calling. Chude, you're live. Go ahead, please. Hello, Chude, you are there. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. All right, we have to disconnect. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very clearly.
Can you hear me?
Very clearly.
Hello?
Very clearly.
Can you hear me?
I need you to listen to me on the phone and not the TV. I can hear you very clearly, please. All right, when you call the station, reduce your TV so we don't, because there's a few seconds delay. So what you're listening to on television is different from what we're saying. So listen to me on the phone. That way you can hear me clearly.
Again, now nonsense talk that man talk. If he's man enough, he shouldn't be co-owning property with his wife to begin with. He should use all the ego, he should use all that ego, build a home he can brag about, and ask his concubine to move in with him.
Classic Binksy says, you then have the guts to tell me there's a side fowl at home in our house. Jesus mio. Men need to be sincerely talked to. Why get married when you know you will need a side chick? My solution is hard, so I won't type it. But then, as a young boy, they should be taught rightly.
Rolake says every conjoined property should be bought and documented in the name of the children. Side chick foul is normal, but if you have empathy as a woman, you should think about your own female children. Karma is real.
But see, there are women today that are married, and many of them are scared of buying property in their names because they don't want their husband to think as if they are they don't trust, that there's a trust issue.
True.
So you do things together. But the moment there's a separation, would you advise somebody who is legally married to begin to divide the property? Because she, being separated, is hoping that the man will change at some point. You're hoping that he leaves, he finds himself, you go and do all the side chicks, and then at some point, he comes back home. So you don't want a divorce. You want
Legalize
to...
everything. Both, to both parties. If you're the man and the lady leaves you, legalize everything.
Once you
Make
go,
sure, once,
legalize it.
Let me
if
tell
you come back together, leave it like that. You have just come back together, anything can happen.
Yes. Let me tell you
I'll come to
something.
you.
Funnier
Listen, let
side.
me take this call. Ebony. Ebony, are you there for my limo show? Ebony, are you there? Hello, Ebony, are you there? I think it's our phone line. Can't be continuously like this. Hello, Ebony, are you there?
Okay.
Yes.
So there's
Yes, go ahead,
Dumblezi.
Nima.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a funnier side of things that traditionally I saw growing up. So you just have a man, when their kids are getting to primary school age, some of my uncle's stories, walk away from home, leave the children, leave the body. Maybe they were in a rented apartment. You see my auntie's running out, skelter. Uncle, help me. My children are small. Share the children. Try to gather some money. Start a business. But she now builds everything. In about 15 to 20 years, when the children are graduating, you're seeing that, this right food don't right. The man then comes home, maybe comes home with one terminal illness. She's now made traditionally to not only nursing, housing. In the house, maybe she had now finally built. They will not be saying, you know, you are still our wife. You have to show that you're a good wife. I rejected this growing up so much that I said, no.
That's where I want to be a Benin girl. Where you just tell them, you know what?
No.
Don't you come into my house.
You'll be shocked. They were, am I not a do? It is among the, what will I do? Is the father of my children.
Yes.
Do you understand? And then they will now forgive, they will now take back. Some women will just be there in their old age, they will never say anything. You just keep looking at him like this.
This story sounds so familiar to me. And my mother's going to kill me if I say this story. But the thing, but you see, the thing is, you're right. The men do go. And when they now fall sick, because when my father's last 10 years of his life was in my house, my mother was there. Even though, yes, they never divorced, he was the first wife. And, you know, Daddy did his own things. But towards that last night, it was only my mom that was there. That is the absolute truth. She fed him, bathed him, cared for him till he died. And this is a man that we know the kind of, the issues the both of them had as a married couple. You know, the fact that he wasn't really there as a companion that should have loved. You know, we saw the depression she went through during her own time. But when it was time for her to enjoy that peace time, she was there caring for him. So these things happen. So before we end this show,
she's enjoying now.
She's enjoying now because her children are there taking care of. But my mother believes that
really
my husband,
just
my husband is the best man. We outside are telling her your husband was, but she was like, no, it was the best marriage. But that's how women are. They never really see. People from outside and see and tell them. But I don't want to end this conversation without addressing how men can better fix this going forward. Because a money girlfriend, yes, even we had one of our friends came yesterday and told us that, listen, whether we like it or not, these Nigerian men, at some point though, these are issues Nigerian women have to face. Girlfriend, no problem. Okay, we want to have girlfriend. But what is the modus operandi around having a girlfriend, especially when you have joint properties? What should you do and what should you not do? When your husband starts having property, should we start changing names to our names? Or what does a woman do to protect herself so that we don't go through what this woman went through? These are real issues, and I don't want us to end the show without even saying something.
Because my religion says marry four, let me just quickly address men. So in Islam, your head provider, head of home. You know all those issues that if whether you have money or not, it's not Islam. In Islam, you are capable, it's based on your capability to be a polygamous man that you become a polygamous man. Yes. You don't become a polygamous man fooling your wife. No, that's not Islam, because I don't want it to be narrative that's how Muslim women are pampered women. You keep her, she wears the hijab, she doesn't lack anything. When you are marrying another wife, you continue to provide for her in that comfort that she's used to. You don't deny her one right to go and give a new wife. You don't, even if you are vindictive, you don't vindictive on
That
her
one she's saying
to
about
marry a new
Muslim
wife.
women being pampered. If you go to all these like Dubai, you will see them. They are maybe
Everything.
If you
Blink.
see the jewelry, if you see the shops they enter, you will know that
shops
they
they
are pampered.
Hey.
You will know that they are pampered.
Pampered women.
They are buying designer.
Skin on fleek. But in Nigeria, one day I was coming on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. This Muslim woman was in full hijab, backed her child, run after bus to sell bread. I was like, ha!
Depends on the man.
And you know the painful thing, that man is not qualified
to have more than one.
Yes, you can't have the woman was hawking bread at 7 p.m. We were running late from Abuja. We got to Ibadan at 7. And in that darkness, no. That man is not a man. If you want to do this thing, let the woman see you.
Yes.
Because
when from the Christian side,
when legislation was done in Malaysia on polygamy, it was so that the man does not go and give the woman outside an impression that he has money that he doesn't have, so that the wife at home is now funding another marriage. They legislated it to make sure that these kind of things were taken care of.
So for those of us that are non-Muslims, when the man now wants to cheat, what's framework? What framework can he adopt to ensure that the wife whom he is still married to legally is protected and her children are protected? So even if you want to have a girlfriend, because these days now girlfriends don't think take me out to dinner. They want to come and have dinner in your house.
Yes.
They want to move in, they'll leave, forget their shoe, forget their clothes. Before you know it, they brought in their car and they've not become second wife.
Yeah, you know, there's another thing about these conversations we talk about with girls and saying you should know your role. Some men, when they are dating women outside, they lie to them. They lie that they are not married, or they lie that that woman is a witch. So this girl on the outside thinks, here I am, I'm saving this man. You know. But I think that is why in the Western world, they have the prenups, the postnups. They're having those sort of conversations because they have recognized that you can only protect yourself. A man will not, because in Nigeria it's like, what can a man do to protect you? He may not protect you. What do you need to do to protect yourself? And so they are trying to normalize that conversation where if I ask for a prenup or I ask for a postnup, it does not mean that I hate you. It's that we recognize that life happens. But in that conversation, and in doing that, it's not because it's like, I want to show you how much I love you. I'm willing to do this for you to pre-protect you even when that happens. But I want to assure you that it will not happen. But, you know, to put your mind at ease. Some Nigerian men do that some way. They would say, okay, I'm buying this particular property in your name or this account in your name, so that you just have that sense of security.
Whether prenup or no prenup, well, if you are married abroad, you are automatically, the wife owns everything. Half.
Yeah,
more than half gone.
Yes.
Because by the time they finish with the man,
with the child support on top,
you will go back to your wife quickly.
We run out of time, but I think one of the things I'd like to take out of this conversation is that, yes, there's something sacred about the fact that you married somebody, the wife of your youth or the man of your youth, the man of your youth. You married each other and you have children. There's something that shouldn't be tampered with that structure. So even if you want to move on, you should move on respectfully, such that everything you do should be outside that space.
Be honest, transparent.
Be honest, be transparent, be outside. Have a new,
carrier.
go and get a flat for your new girlfriend. Move somewhere, or maybe moving into her if she's well-to-do. But that thing that belongs to you, your first wife, and your children, leave it alone. Separate yourself completely. But our topic last week, Kelly.
Hey, jeez. Our topic last
He moved her out, but then when he now died, he moved her to a different place.
He
when
moved her, he did the respectful
thing.
He moved down.
He moved to be by himself and entertain different people.
That is all we can say.
Now,
today is the burial of the young men. I think before we close the show, we must acknowledge the death of this young naval officers who passed on in the plane crash. Air Force, actually. Air Force. They actually died and the plane crashed. They'll be laid to rest today. I think the service starts 9 a.m. It's going to be at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja. And our hearts go out to the entire family. And obviously strictly by invitation because of the COVID restrictions.
Yeah, the disclaimer. Your pictures.
Oh, yes. And also, I have been getting lots of messages from people, especially from Facebook, saying that people are putting my own pictures and asking for money. There's no way I would ever be part of such. please, I have retweeted, I have reposted, I have done everything on social media. I'm also using this opportunity to tell our viewers that please don't unfollow anybody that puts my picture asking for money. It's impossible for me to do that. And please let me know, and I'll also continue to repost and we share this. Thank you very much. That's all we can take. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.